Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and also if you are new, please don't forget to click subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload any content, of course related to Marvel Contest of Champions. And which will be mostly gameplay videos as well as some tips and tutorials, guides here and there, which could be either in Hindi or English. And also feel free to check out all the other videos on the channel which are really lacking views, unfortunately. And today we are doing this side quest. Continuing this side quest, namely Prime Sentinel programming. We have already done one path, which was invade and recharge. The video has been uploaded, and if you haven't checked that out, please go ahead and do that as well, which will help definitely a lot. And today we are doing Icarus. Well, I hope you are already acquainted with the node, which is every time you hit the opponent, you get a fury charge, and also every time you parry stun them, you get fury as well. The fury lasts, each fury lasts for 10 seconds, and if it exceeds 10, the number 10, if you get more than 10 furies, you'll be degenerated, and the degeneration is massive actually. And also if you allow the furies to expire by themselves, they will take degeneration as well, which you would not want, of course. Ideally there are two ways. Number one, you can remove all the furies through your heavy attacks, meaning every time you throw a heavy, all your furies are removed, so that will prevent you from taking the degeneration damage. And also there are certain champions who can actually benefit from that node, without having to remove all the furies actually. So to name a few would be, of course, Corvus Glaive, Captain Marvel movies, given that she is awakened, and also Heisig ideally. And the most efficient in my opinion would be Ghost, of course, because not only does he bypass the degeneration damage from the opponents, he actually benefits from it by, of course, converting them to passive furies and dealing massive damage with each hit. So you can choose any option within the two. Number one, throwing heavy attacks using any champions, or using certain champions and finishing the fight quite early. So I'll try to show you both the ways, but because I'm only using 4 stars, that may not be as quick as it would be for 5 stars or 6 stars. So let's see. And for the defenders, the first one is, as you can see, Mephisto. Ideally you would want to bring someone who is incinerate immune, or would be even better if you could control power as well, because as you know, Mephisto can get his aura of incineration, so during that you'd not want to stay close unless you are incinerate immune. And also he gains power to that time, during that time. So ideally you'd want to bring someone who is incinerate immune and maybe control his power as well, so Void can do both of those. And you can also intercept his heavy attack with yours. And you'd rather want to stick to sorta combos like 2-3 hits, and then maybe throw your heavy attack so that you remove all the furies. And also occasionally you can throw your special attacks chained with your heavy attack ideally. And he's almost down. One combo and special attack should finish the fight, I think. And yes, so that was Mephisto for you, and that was all I brought Void for. Anyway, we are moving on to the next fight, which will be Nebula, of course. And she's quite simple and straightforward. You can defeat her using any champion. Just have to look out for the furies from the Icarus. And yeah, you can also counter her heavy attack as well as special 1 attack with your heavy, which will of course not be required here because we are using Ghost. And while using Ghost against Icarus, you'd want to push yourself beyond 10 Furies, which will give you a degeneration debuff, and then dash back, convert them into passive Furies, throw your special attack, easy game, easy life. So how many hits were there? 13 hits for a 4-star, impressive, isn't it? So that's Ghost versus Icarus. So moving on, we have Sorceress Supreme, and we are going to be using Wasp because she can be a little bit tricky on Icarus. Because she infinitely keeps gaining power, and chances are that sometimes she can throw SP1 back to back, which are anyway very long animation. So if you happen to have any Fury on you, chances are that you'll take a massive degeneration. So I'm going to be using Wasp for this one. Especially because she's another beautiful counter for this node, Icarus. That is because she can chain her heavy with a combo, and you're not required to wait for an opportunity to parry the opponent, or maybe counter their heavy with yours, or counter the special attack with your heavy attacks. And that's pretty much about it. Also, I was trying to push out to SP2, but she was a little bit smarter maybe. So ideally you'd want to push out to SP2s because that is quite a shorter animation, and you have less time to you have more time to deal with the Fury. And also you may notice that Wasp is having a great boost on her attack, especially because of the global node, which is female friendly, and also from the synergy as well as the class advantage. So the fight was quite on a simpler and easier side. Alright, so finally we are moving on to the last fight on the path, which will be, of course, before the boss, which will be America Service, and she may also be called mini boss maybe. And she has a few more nodes here, which number 1 is the fight was created with the help of Kabam State, so shout out to Kabam State. And then there is 100% health, 100% more health, and weakness if you stay close, and then supercharge below 30% health, and then a couple more nodes which are make a stand and right back at it. So these nodes are interconnected and made smartly linked with her ability, which is her heavy attack. So every time she charges her heavy attack, depending on how many hits she has performed, she gets to a phase, either gaining more power, doing burst damage, or reflecting the damage. So yeah, ideally you'd not want to allow her to charge the heavy attack, and even if she does, make sure that it is either 1 or 3. Don't interrupt her heavy attack after she throws the second hit of it, because that will take her to the reviviscent phase, meaning if you try to attack afterwards, it'll take all the damage back, and also that thing lasts for infinity, meaning quite a long time. So also, because the nodes you'll have to keep throwing your heavy attacks, and keep in mind that every time you knock her down, she'll be debuffing them for a while, just as you can see there, the sky blue icon there. So do not try to parry her during that time, because she will more likely charge her heavy, and then she'll become really annoying. So just the plan is to just keep rushing towards the SP2, and as soon as we reach there, we just parry and throw our heavy, knock her down, and then immediately use our special attack, so that we can do maximum damage with minimum hits maybe. So that is pretty much the plan. And also using Ghost you can also phase through her special one, which is of course not that difficult to evade. Other than that, it's just a ransom repeat of the same thing a couple more times until the fight is over. And also you can phase through our SP1, and maybe you'll not want to push out to SP2 because it is a long animation and also a little bit tricky to evade. And yeah, that's about it. That was the last fight on the path, and then we'll move on to the boss fight. Yeah, so finally we're the boss. We've used our team healing, which was of course not required, but well, there were a lot expiring, so I didn't mind that. And well, we have already checked the notes from the other parts, but still, let's have a look. It's the same unblockable SP2. That's the overall summary of the node. She will keep showing her SP2, which will be unblockable. So that's about it. And as you can see, we are using Ant-Man, of course, with the Quantum Trinity, meaning every time we parry her or glance her attacks, we'll get a passive fury from the Wasp synergy, as well as for each debuff we are getting 15% more attack rating, that comes from Ghost. And also we benefit from a little bit of attack boost at the start of the fight, which comes with the synergy where Ghost, Wasp and Ant-Man are on the team. So it's all about RNG while using Ghost. Even if he is with the Trinity, if the RNG goes well, he can do quite a handsome amount of damage, but also because of the node, as he's purifying most of my debuffs, so yeah, it will definitely take a little bit of a longer time compared to Wasp or maybe Ghost. And apart from that, also you might want to keep an eye on her buffs that he triggers from time to time randomly, and also it includes unblockable, so you might want to be cautious about that, because out of nowhere she suddenly becomes unblockable and get you in her combo, which you definitely not want. But other than that, the central idea of the fight is rather how to evade her SP2. And well, if you're interested, I have also uploaded a whole video dedicated to that, meaning how to evade each and every part of her SP2 step-by-step guide. And well, if you're interested, you might check that out on the channel as well. So pretty much that's it for the video, and that was the Icarus path for you guys using 4 stars. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed the video and hope it helps you clear the path if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care and have a good day.